All right, you already know it is VPR Thursday, and I'm here live with the one and only DJ FMI, who has been keeping the whole city on tilt. My guy, how are you?
And VPR, as I get a little bit closer to the mic, I don't want to get it too loud in your ear. Guys, I have been battling and on and off again.
Yep.
Sickness. I don't even know what's going on. VPR, I am good for 2 days.
I know what's
And
going on. You in these streets, FMI. You have not had time to recover.
man, and this is how real it is, VPR. I was putting off getting my hair cut for so long just because I'm like, I don't need to be walking out here bald head, freezing in
Right,
this New York winter that we got going on. These
right.
late
When
nights walking
it's
out the club.
spring, right? Like
You know what I mean? We don't even know if we're gonna see the groundhog yet. So we waiting on the groundhog. The
that
groundhog
groundhog
is
is confused.
mm-hmm.
Believe me, he's as confused as we are.
And I'm more disappointed in myself, VPR, because I had so many plans to go snowboarding this
Mhm.
season. I'd even get my board waxed, all that, all the fun stuff that I want to do in my life.
You take snowboarding seriously. You have a whole board. It's not like something where you
Oh
go.
yeah, I got my gear, my boots, my bindings, everything. Like I
Okay.
really enjoy snowboarding. It gives me the same feeling that I get while DJing, while doing VPR. It's that
I know.
rush, it's that natural high that
Yeah.
I can't explain. But VPR, yeah, so on and off again sickness. But with that being said, January 27th, shout out to Shampoo. We will have Def Jam in the building. Of course, we're going on tour at the Zulu Lounge in Brooklyn. This is our biggest venue we've had yet, 1,300 people. It is a packed house. We have so many acts there. Someone will receive a distribution deal from Def Jam. You will also be featured on a billboard in Times Square. You will also have your record played by DJ Juicy on Hot 97. You will get a interview on VPR radio and so much more. Also, you'll get $1,000. Who doesn't want $1,000 at the end of it? So,
I
all
want.
artists if you're interested, make sure y'all pop out January 27th. Check out my Instagram page. Check out VPR's Instagram page. Check out Kiana the Goddess's Instagram page. We have been doing a lot. We've been touring since last year. VPR has been busy, booked, and paid.
Yep.
So
And
that
I'll
part,
be in the building.
VPR.
Okay. Your
Heavy
girl
on that part.
in the building. That part.
Long winter coming. Don't say that. Don't say the long winter coming. I want that, but after the sickness that I've been through, VPR, I'm good off that.
Right.
I'm good
I
off that.
agree. And it's been a lot. Like everybody, like we were just talking about this last week too. Everybody has been getting sick, pneumonia, bronchial infections, upper respiratory. So I hope between now and Saturday, bro, that you're gonna stay inside, stay your fresh
I
haircut
am. I am.
warm under a beanie cap.
I
Okay.
am. I
Drink.
bought 3 new beanies, VPR. I ain't playing. I'm keeping my little chrome dome. You feel me? You know what I mean? I was holding on. I was woofing VPR every event. I was putting on the hat. I'm like, I know I got my photographers coming, but I'm gonna put it on my hat, man. I'm sweating underneath that hat, man. But I'm putting the city on tilt. VPR. Also, I see a lot of you pouring in here. Shout out to you guys interacting with the content, especially in our live stream right now. Right now, we have our Instagram kind of set up, but with the live, but we're gonna work that out for next week.
Yeah, we're
But
gonna work.
Kiana,
Mm-hmm.
VPR also. I want to ask you guys a question
Okay.
because it's the year 2024, and
Yeah.
my question is to you guys: do you think hating is like contagious?
It can be. Just like being mean can be contagious, right? Like if someone is in a bad mood and they encounter someone else and they give them that energy and it infects them, if you will, then they can go on and do the same thing and it becomes a domino effect. But I also think that it is the energy that you have, right? You have to have a certain kind of energy to want to hate on other people. And
Mm.
all the time we see it on Facebook, we see it on Instagram, and even on Poshmark. Like you'd be surprised how much drama there is between live sellers that want to be better than
What? What?
it's.
Yo, why can't we just have something good and just enjoy it?
First of
And
all, the
shout out
dollar.
Meta. Meta said yes. The hate is contagious. Meta.
Right, and it
Damn.
can be. Good morning, Venus. Good morning,
Damn.
my
Good
love.
morning, Venus.
So the energy from these guys is like, I want to be better, and I want to be in charge. But the energy that I put out is completely different. So like when people come in my shows, it's all love, and it's why I get such an organic kind of vibe. But I was telling a friend of mine who encountered that hate, I was like, listen, block that person, right? Like you know how to deal with people, and don't let that infect who you are, because you know where you are and your vibes are high. So if you're vibing high, in no way will someone's hate make you want to hate somebody else. You got to be vibing low to be like, yeah, that's right. You know what I mean? For me,
You got to know when you're in a hater circle.
shout out
Mid
to
conversation, this
Queen,
motherfucker's
shout
a
out to
hater.
Cool, right? Shout out to Conan. There's so
Yeah,
many
shout out to Conan, YNVS
there's
Brooklyn.
so
You know what
many
I'm
people
saying?
that see on my timeline that are just doing phenomenal things, like,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm just like, this is what I love to see. So to ever hate on my comrades, right? To ever hate on people in my community, it's just ridiculous. I can never comprehend it, but I can understand it because I know how you can start to behave when you're vibing low.
You know, and a part of this is to I've seen it. Kiana, you ever heard of that term dirty macking?
No. What is that?
Let me put you on VPR. And Meta, you are right. Walk away. I'm gonna pin that comment there. Walk away. You damn right. You can't just vibe low with somebody because they just shooting for whatever they on. But
Walk
there's a
away
term,
from and everybody doesn't serve your highest purpose, for real.
and there's a term, Kiana, which I just heard like at the ending of last year called dirty macking. You
Okay.
know when dudes be sitting there chilling with a girl, and I guess they're going through their breakup or whatever, and
Right.
dude over there is sitting there like, that could never be me.
Right.
And that over there wilding.
Mhm.
I would love you way better than that. I'm just saying though.
Oh.
And now the new term dirty macking is upon us.
Okay.
VPR, I find this hilarious. And it connects to the hating thing that I want to bring up here because I got a clip.
Okay.
I got a clip. I'm from the 90s, Kiana.
Yep.
You know what I mean? You don't even got to date yourself. You just aging beautifully. You don't even age, you go backwards.
Why,
As
thank
well
you.
as sleepers do. Kiana, so for all my smokers right now tuning into VPR, whatever you smoke there.
Mhm.
Have
The
you
good
you know what
stuff.
shotgun in VPR is? You know what shotgunning is, Kiana?
Of course. Come on, man.
Okay. All right. Have you ever shotgun before or no?
Many times.
Many times. Okay.
Yeah.
So I got this clip and I slowed it down, VPR. I slowed it down for you. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Because it's short, but it says a lot. Because we're in 2024. Let me bring that clip up for you.
Okay. This is some shotgun
Yeah,
dirty
so
talk?
we have to uplift one another, Meta. Yes, we do. You're right. Shout out to all our people tuning in on the live right now. It is super early. We have a very dope guest that we haven't seen since 2020, and I know we have a lot to catch up on.
We do.
So let me get this clip ready.
Okay, let's see what you got.
For all my smokers, if you never shotgun before, I have not.
Okay.
I have not.
Okay.
I was a solo dolo smoker when I started.
Me
This
too.
is a clip of Wiz Khalifa that has went viral
Okay.
with the podcaster AD from Cali.
Okay.
Here we go. I slowed it down, so don't mind it. This clip right here.
Okay.
Apparently, AD is sleeping in the studio.
Oh, okay.
And Wiz Khalifa just blew the smoke in his face.
Right.
This clip has just gone viral, VPR, because a lot of people are saying, "Hey, yo, this is kind of mook."
Right.
As a youth. So Meta said as a youth, he used a shotgun.
Okay. Right.
Or she.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I did a shotgun not long ago. I'm not gonna lie. I think it was with Michael.
you see, but VPR, let's talk about it though. You see, she did a shotgun with Michael. That's different.
Mm-hmm.
But do you see Michael doing a shotgun with Tony or something like that? You know what I mean? With a man named Tony. Does it make it ayo when you do it with a dude?
I don't think so. I think they really are reading too much into that, to be honest with you. Like he said, if you know about shotgunning, like it's not a biggie. It would have been one thing if he was all the way on his mouth.
He was pretty close there. You need me to bring the clip back? He said, nah. Meta said, nah, he kind of close. Once, come on. One more time before we bring up our guest.
I was gonna dip into the fact that he was back like that and he had to go so close down to his mouth. I see why people were like, "What the hell is going on?"
I
think it was weird for him to do that while he's sleeping anyway. Why did you do that?
I ain't judging, but that's a little close. I've never been that close to a man's face.
It's kissable. It's kissy.
It's not me. That's real Diddy looking.
I
know Wiz Khalifa ain't Diddy right now. That's real Diddy.
Not real Diddy.
Diddy. But hey, VPR, we have our guest that we have not sat down with since 2020.
Yeah.
And I'm excited to bring to the stage the one and only DJ T-Dubb in the building. Now, if I had claps, we're gonna do the claps in the studio. Yes, sir. We're gonna, you know what I mean? I've seen this on the Zoom. There we go. I've been on a lot of Zoom calls over COVID.
The poetry snap.
What's up, family? I miss y'all, man. Kiana the Goddess.
Yes,
DJ
T-Dubb. So much love. How are you?
Man? I'm good. I've been sick since the second, but my voice is coming back.
We got another one. You see what I'm saying? We were just discussing this. Y'all got to wear a scarf out here.
Right. Did you have a dry ass cough, T-Dubb?
Yeah, don't play with him like that, Kiana. You feeling
right? So I did, and I still do have the dry ass cough. So yeah, but because it started on the 27th, and then I got better around the 30th, 31st. I'm like, all right, cool. So we rocked out. Granted, I'm gonna be humble about it. No, I'm not. We had the biggest party in the beach. So
talk that. Hold on the beach. Wait. It's been cold outside. What you mean beach?
Yeah, like down the ocean front, we had the block lit. Biggest party in the beach. I don't care what nobody say. Ours was wrapped around the block. We was going through two. There's like a club here and there's a club there, and the line was still going both ways. Like they literally had to tell people, if you're not drinking, you're not eating, you got to bounce.
Right.
So
that's how y'all moving out there. That's how y'all moving.
Me and my brother Q, man, that's how we was doing it.
What's up?
And then I left there, and dummy me walk around without a jacket or a coat.
Yo, you know what it is, VPR? I think it's all of us drivers. We dress with no coats because we think we just gonna get straight to the car, especially you being a DJ.
Right.
And you probably sweaty, you know what I'm saying? We sitting in the booth moving. And we come outside with the cold sweat.
That's right. But you notice the theme with both of you, right? You guys got sick and you stayed in them streets.
Oh, right? Yeah. I didn't.
Allegedly. Why she making it hot right now, VPR?
I was sick and I rested. Rested.
And then went back to them streets.
I rested well.
Hey, you only see me outside on the weekends, allegedly. If I wasn't in front of the camera, it wasn't me.
Like I tell people, they said they saw me, and I was like, "Did he have a Yankee fitted on?" And they was like, "No." I said it wasn't me.
I'm telling you, if it was a Mets hat, nope, it got to be a Yankee one.
Exactly.
It got to be a Yankee.
Got to be a Yankee one, man. Y'all can't believe it's been that long, man.
I know. When I looked back, I was like, damn. And you know what's great? I know this is highly anticipated because we've had a lot of phenomenal people, but your interview remains top dollar when it comes to the views. Yours remains the highest viewed.
Thank you. Now that's a credit to you all putting out good content. Like to have that and to have the content to be one of the largest ones, and the people that I literally took the day off when you guys interviewed the system. I had to be there. I love the system.
Oh man.
Don't disturb this group, man. I play that right now. Yeah. So you guys are like, I'm so happy. One, I'm proud of you both, man. I seen FMI doing his thing. I see Kiana doing thing. I'm glad. I'm just humbled to be on, man. I love it.
Oh, thank you so much. We're humbled to have you here.
And VPR, I've been waiting to ask this question to Kiana and T-Dubb, because I'm going to ask you individually, because I really want you to think this next question through. I'm going to dig into DJ T-Dubb's DJ mind and Kiana's DJ mind as well. VPR, you can throw up your answers in the comment section. I would love to see them. T-Dubb, so I'm going to ask you first. And Kiana, you could, of course, listen and respond as well. Please, can you name a classic record after the year 2005?
No.
Whoa. Yo, T-Dubb, I'm going to give you a second so you can maybe think this over. Since 2005, think of a classic record. You haven't heard a classic record?
No.
Define classic.
Well, classics is subjective, correct? So
right.
It's what if you guys pick a record, who am I to tell you different? Now it's up to us, to go back and forth. But what record to you rings off as a classic that has made a dent in hip hop or has made a change in your life? Let's do it like that. Since 2005.
Since 2005, none.
Yo, VPR, can y'all throw up some songs real quick in the comment section? But T-Dubb, let's dive into that. You are a DJ. You are DJing every weekend. Your catalog is older than some people's kids.
Right.
And you telling me out of maybe 30,000 records or whatever the case may be, you don't have not one classic after 2005.
So I'm a
Not
stickler when it
counting
comes.
independent artists, right?
Yeah,
You can count independent artists. That's fair enough.
Okay.
That's fair enough. You know what I mean? And give me one industry artist too, but give me an independent artist. That's fair enough, please.
Okay, independent artists. I'm gonna start with Kip and Up.
Hey,
because
I still
to
got
me,
that.
and I think to you too, bro, that's a classic song, right?
It is.
I feel like it carries over no matter what your age group, your demographic, and it will make its way from here to 2029 to 35 to whatever, because that song and the content in it is evergreen, right?
if you're gonna do independent, I didn't know that. Now I would say that.
I know that.
When we go commercial, I think that gets a little more difficult. And are we just talking hip hop or are we talking R&B?
Hip hop. Let's keep it hip hop. You know, we could do R&B after, but I really want to get these records out because I want to see what people are writing in the comment section, just due to the fact that hip hop has evolved so much that everybody's gonna choose a different record. I've seen certain people say, "Hey, Dreams and Nightmares, is a classic."
Okay.
Come on, T-Dubb. You know what it does to the party. Stop playing.
I do, but see, me being, and I don't care, I date myself. Me being 49, when you tell me a classic, like I can literally take Peter Piper. I can play that at the whitest club in Beverly Hills, and I can play that at the grimiest club with the most intrusive gangsters, and they all gonna rock to it. I can play Dreams and Nightmares at that same club in Beverly Hills, but if I play that around certain folks, I'm gonna get that promoter running to the booth. Yo, cut it.
You know, but we ain't got to look at it from a club aspect too. You know what I'm saying? We got to look at it. We could look at it just from a hip hop aspect as what it did for the culture. Like we got Meta right now saying Bad and Bougie.
Okay.
Go
ahead. You know, I can agree with that to a certain extent because so many people react to that. But I think that there was that was the verbiage for a little while, right? Bad and Bougie. Right. And that's not the verbiage anymore. So I don't know that it classically carries over.
Nobody was saying Bad and Bougie before then.
Right. But they're not saying that now.
There ain't nobody saying it
now.
But okay. All right. You know what I'm saying? Meta's saying it right now in the live. Shout out to everybody in the live. Thank you for tuning in to VPR Radio.
Shout out to Meta because he's done.
And I'm not knocking Meta because, like you said, it is subjective. But me, I'm very. I just don't like the word great. I don't toss out the word great a lot. I don't toss out the word awesome. Like I don't use the word love a lot. So there's a certain words that mean more to me. Like classic, I don't toss out a classic a lot. Like literally, out of all my albums, all my catalogs, there's only 2 songs up there that I could even consider being a classic. And that's just because of the content in them. But when I think about it, it still doesn't meet my criteria, but I could consider them being a classic. So it just means more to me, that word, because I think a lot of time our verbiage, our language, we as a collective, we get a hive mentality of, you know, in our little silos, and we branch out and say, hey, you know, I had a conversation with this person, or I was conversing with this person. Hey, you know what? We were talking about this, and yeah, I think I'll agree with them on Bad and Bougie, or you know, Dreams and Nightmares being a classic. But we have to really look at our colloquialism of who we're talking to and how we disseminate information. Because if you think about it, and think about this, you can still play Rock the Bells to this day. You're not going to be 60 playing Dreams and Nightmares. You're not going to be 70 playing Bad and Bougie. Grandmaster Flash plays Rock the Bells on his set. Clark Kent does the same thing.
I'm finding it interesting that we've had a lot of comments, but we have not had any songs but Bad and Bougie. I think everybody's like that was a serious question, FMI.
I'm just saying. Nobody. So we just gonna VPR. We just gonna ignore Get Rich or Die Trying.
Oh,
we just gonna ignore it.
Okay.
I can't. Okay. I can't ignore Jay-Z. I'm trying to name a record after 2005.
All right, but you said 2005, right?
Right.
Yeah. So don't let me Google it. I'll Google and Get Rich. You lucky I plugged Alexa out.
That's why I'm ready
Listen
to Google, because I don't know if any of these songs I'm thinking.
Because Get Rich or Die Trying, that was 2003, 2004.
He about to test you right now.
Yeah, I'm about to say he's testing my gangster VPR. Hey, y'all can continue conversing.
Yeah,
I am Googling. We locking in VPR.
DJ.
You know. But see, that's why I love when I talk to FMI, because I get the DJ juices flowing, man. It's like
I'm always here for it. I'm like, I could learn something every time this man steps in front of the camera, the booth. It's really an experience, VPR. Now, hopefully, you're feeling the same energy through this screen or wherever you're watching this content. You know what I mean? So I'm really still Googling this. Why my Wi-Fi playing?
And the reason I can remember the date is because my daughter was born in 2005.
Damn, you're right. 2003. VPR, he got me. He got me, VPR. He got me.
I was going to backtrack it. So before that, they had Everybody Hates 50. And before that, it was the Lloyd Banks workout. And I remember the Lloyd Banks workout series of mixtape, because you want to talk about classic? That's a classic line of mixtapes. That whole G Unit run will never be done again.
Yeah, I could agree with that. You had to be there and live through it. I was wearing the G Unit tank tops, y'all. All right. And once upon a time, he had me wearing Reeboks. I even had a pair of Daddy Yankees, but that's beyond the point. They were fire.
What about Drake's Best I Ever Had with Trey Songz?
Best I Ever Had with Trey Songz.
But that's pop. Oh, I did it on purpose.
Man, I'm about to say, come on. Y'all see my face, VPR? I'm like, we ain't going to do this right now, man. We're not doing it. It's mad early in the morning, man.
First off, I don't have to be on. You don't think I watch VPR? It might not catch it live, but I watched it now. Oh, I did that on purpose for you. Yeah.
All right, so VPR, he's saying Drake on his Best I Ever Had was pop. Damn, it's a fine line. So what is Lauryn Hill?
Lauryn Hill is
what are we
classic. Doing? I would call her soul.
No, but she's not pop.
What's that song she did with Pusha T? That was recent. That's a classic.
Yeah, but that's like Whitney Houston doing a song.
Coming Home, that collab.
Yeah. But that's like Whitney Houston doing a song with Missy. Is that rap? Or is it on her album that's an R&B album?
Nah, but Lauryn Hill is hip hop.
She is.
Why is Drake not hip hop?
She also has the voice, so she sings a lot.
She
could have easily rapped right with Push.
True. When she shows up, she is hip hop.
Thank you. When she shows up, VPR, you know what I'm saying? That's a big thing, because I had a whole conversation about that. But the Best I Ever Had record, I think it falls in hip hop, even though it's a softer record.
Yeah.
I hate that we get into this conversation with Drake if he's hip hop or not. This because he can make classic records that end up being pop. It is what it is. You know what I mean? They'll still genre him as hip hop. You get what I mean? No matter what. Like, look how they treat black artists when they make country. Look how they treat black artists when they make pop. Like SZA, they'll put it as R&B soul. It should just be R&B. You know what I'm saying? Or neo soul, or all that.
But we have to look at how it's charted, right? If we're thinking about the real answer to the question, he charts as hip hop. He doesn't chart as pop. So
he does. I just wanted to ruffle some feathers, because you
definitely did.
Was that after 2005? Song Cry? Because that's really a classic.
Yes.
Yeah, Song Cry, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's good, but
I mean, they sleep on Jay. You got some Nas lovers over here. That's cool.
Right,
Nas,
so
you know what I mean?
I literally got ran out of Brooklyn for saying this. So we was all sitting around, and they was like, because for some reason, they still call me Lil TT, right? So they was like, yo, TT, what you think about that Nas and JB? I was like, I mean, Nas got him, and that was the last thing I heard before it seemed like every building in Coney Island houses was like disseminating upon me, and I had to leave. Mm-hmm. I had to leave the block for a couple of years.
Yeah, you had to change the color of your hat. You had to put on a Mets hat.
Like my cousin said, I don't know you anymore. I was like, come on, man. It's like
Jay. Hey, Jay cooked that man.
No.
VPR, we could do it. Hey, we got a whole throwback episode at this point.
Right. Because that ether, he ethered that ass.
Nah, say it again, Kia.
He ethered that ass.
When your daughter can get mad at you and go to her room and play ether, you know you lost.
Mm-hmm.
Don't do that.
So go clean your room. No, you know what? I'm gonna go upstairs and
You've never heard Nas go off like that. Nas has never been a beef kind of rapper, right? Like a battle rapper. That wasn't his thing. So to hear him go off the way he went off, bar for bar and hard body like that, it hurt me for Jay. I was like, damn.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of how rappers beef
running with his Hawaiian shirts. He was putting all the business in the streets.
He was calling him a camel.
Ooh.
All right, a camel with the smoking camel.
Don't forget about the rat with whiskers.
You know what I mean? They cooked my man Jay. They said his lips is chapped and all that. They don't do a man like that, man. He left him alone after that. He said, all right. Then he started selling some alcohol. You know what I mean? I'm trying to, in VPR and in recent thought, I'm trying to think of like beefs that really lasted in hip hop. Like Jay-Z and Nas was very substantial. Of course, Biggie and Tupac. But that Drake and Meek, man, you know, when Burger King started playing, what was that? What was the record? Back to back, you knew it was real. When Food is sitting there tweeting about your record, Food Giants.
I have another one that's still going on till this day. I'm 49. This beef started when I was 10.
It's not beef. It's not beef then. They just doing something else.
Like Kumo D and LL Cool J. They still at odds.
What?
They need to chill.
Kumo D and LL Cool J?
Yes, they are still at odds.
We too grown.
Did anyone else ever hear about this beef? This alleged beef?
I haven't. I can't picture LL hating nobody right now.
But that's the thing. So it started when in the song called Doo-Wop, he said, I'm only 18 making one of your pops. So Kumo D responded, and then LL responded, and then Ice-T responded. So LL responded to him and Ice-T. So then Kumo D responded, then LL responded in Walking with the Panther. And then I'm not even gonna lie, at the end of Nightmare on Elm Street Part 5, Kumo D ran down lazy, locious. He just went down the whole L's of what that mean. And then LL responded, but it wasn't that, you know, too hard. But to this day, they still.
It wasn't like Jay-Z and Nas, because you know how Jay-Z killed Nas. I get it.
Yeah, it wasn't like how Nas killed Jay-Z. You know, I get it.
How Jay-Z got ethered.
Right.
Yo, I definitely didn't know about that beef. Y'all put me on to something. That's been the quietest beef I have.
You see what I'm saying? Like after a while, you gotta let it expire, sir. Y'all like, come on, man. We can't be mad at each other like that. But if you said some like unforgivable things, like you know what I mean, then I get it. But y'all, LL, you wasn't. No offense to you. You wasn't in that realm.
LL Cool J, DJ FMI has announced that your beef has expired.
It has to be far. You know what I mean? I don't want you to get hurt out there. I want you to continue being a host and being great, man. Todd, whatever your name is, I respect it, sir.
Oh, you know I mean? Faith and Little Kim. We could definitely talk about
that. Yeah. Nah, that was messy.
I can't say it up here, but she said something better than you, get something than you. Yep. Something better than you. I'm better than you.
Right.
Ooh, I just had to.
Lil Kim had me when the Sprite can disappeared down her throat.
No.
That's when she had me, VPR. I signed up. And I understood. But yeah. Mm-hmm.
You understood the assignment?
Yes, sir. T-Dubb. So it has been 4 years, you know what I mean, since we've had you on the platform. Talk to me about some of the projects that you've been working on, some of the adventures that you've been on since you have been in our studio.
All right, so do you want to do the good to the bad or the deep to the shallow?
I'm gonna let Kiana answer that.
Yeah, let her answer it.
However it flows out is what
So last time I was on, I came on, had fun, dropped my project, everything was good. This was really before the streams really started popping off like they are now. I think that album did 24,000 streams. It was really good. And since I don't use split sheets and all that stuff, you know, and I keep my lawyer on deck for anybody who wants to come and use split sheets and say, oh, I don't make a dime off of them. So that was good. And then you fast forward to COVID. COVID took a toll on me. It really hit me really hard. No matter what it was, I was still in these four walls, isolated by myself. No matter who I could talk to, no matter who I could pick up the phone, it was still me. And I, to my discredit, I let my mind get the best of me. So I was torn fragilely and mentally. And then I just let everything just spiral downhill. Even the people that was closest to me would tell me, look, you're overthinking, you're doing this. And they would, you know, remind me of it, but I still, in my head, will still let it get to me. So I said, all right, I need to figure out something. I need to get myself together. Went back to therapy. My therapist moved and we did video therapy. That's not the same. So I got another therapist. I really didn't like that therapist because she would tell me what I wanted to hear. And I tested her on a couple of things. So I got a couple. It was a husband and wife team. And that was probably one of the best decisions I made in my life, next to making sure that my daughter would be forever straight. So I would talk to them Wednesday and Sunday. And if I missed the session, I was called and they literally would hunt me down to make sure I was on these sessions, like to get myself together. So I said, all right, this is what I'm going to do. They said, you need to take every distraction out of your life, all of them. So I put away my turntables, put away social media. I just concentrated on me. That's all I concentrated on me. So as I felt myself getting better, I said, all right, you know what? I love music. It's time for me to do another project. So I said, all right, I'm going to do another project. So in the midst of getting the music and, you know, pulling everything together, I'm curating some good music. I'm running it by my peoples, and they're like, yeah, that's good. Ricardo dies. Now, when Ricardo died, that took more of me than I realized, because this is a man who I've seen come up from a teenager to a grown man to having his own family to when I moved, I had to wait for my money to get released. And he had called. He was like, yo, bro, what you doing? I was like, man, I'm just waiting for my money. I got to get this, got to get that done. And he was joking. He was like, man, he said, you know what? You should have called me before I took mom shopping. I was like, yeah, I should have. I said, don't worry, I'll figure it out. He said, all right. An hour later, I got a text message that said, hey, check your Cash App. Boom. I ain't going to tell you the amount, but it was enough to get me through the month. I'm going to say that. And his only request was, have fun. I was like, yo, I'm going to get you back. He was like, no, don't worry about that. And he reminded me of what I did for him when they were younger. And I remember half the shit he was talking about. Excuse me, I ain't remember half the stuff he was talking about. So when he died, that took a toll on me. So I said, all right, I'm going to dedicate the album to him. But every time I would look at the cover, I would break down and cry. I would literally break down and cry like a baby. And it started wearing on me again. I don't have anybody to turn to. I don't have any. And I started overthinking to the point that I didn't have anybody to turn to, that I started thinking, nobody's in my corner. Nobody has my back. People are snakes. I can't trust anybody. I didn't want to deal with the woman because they're going to lie, cheat, steal. I didn't want to deal with my brothers, siblings, nobody. My sister Toya and Monique called me. And when I tell you, they cussed me out from here to high heaven. They called me things I didn't even know was in the dictionary.
They got in that ass.
Right, they did. So I said, you know what? All right, let me get myself together. So like I said, it was all social media, got myself together. And then slowly but surely, I started seeing, and this is the hard look that people need to do. You start seeing the things that you project on other people, the things that you've done, and you project them on other people. The things that you said and you project them on other people. The things that you didn't do and you project it on other people. So I started thinking about all of that stuff, and I was like, all right, you know what? So let me make a change. So then I started changing one thing at a time. It's not this whole collective change. I'm gonna change. No, I took one thing. I said I'm gonna change it. Took another thing. I said I'm gonna change it. Took another thing. I said I'm gonna change it. Then I was like, you know what? Time to get back to being me. Went to the gym, lost 70 pounds, looking good, feeling good, like everything. So then I was like, I told Q, I said, you know, I think I'm gonna stick to the business side. I'm not gonna DJ again. Pardon me. Q wasn't having it. Ty wasn't having it. Allison, it was a lot of people that just wasn't having it. So I was like, all right, I'll just pop out every now and then. So pop out.
Because how are you gonna stop DJing, right? Like when DJing is your life, and you have a whole syndicate of DJs that's waiting for you. Like, what's up, boss? Where we going next? I'm like, really, T-Dubb, you quit?
Right.
You quit DJing? You're just gonna quit?
That was it right there. Like that, what you said, and then that face was what I got collectively. So then I pop out here, pop out there. Then 2 years ago, Q was like, and this is why I love Q, because Q has a genius way of pulling you back in. Like if we were dope boys, we would be selling everything. Cause Q will pull you in. You think you gonna quit?
You ain't selling my mama's couch.
Right.
Or her bitch.
Right.
None of them.
Like Q pull you in. So Q was like, hey, you call yourself the greatest opener, right? I was like, yeah. I said I used to be. He was like, well, used to be, I need you to get one last joint for me. I was like, no, I'm not gonna do it. He was like, come on, man, I need you to open up for me. And he made up something. He had to do something with Missy, whatever. All right, whatever. And he was like, we're gonna be there a little late, so open for me. I was like, you know what? All right, I'll do it. When I opened and he got there, when I tell you I had chemistry lit, like chemistry was lit. Like literally, it was lit. And he came in, he was like, nah, keep going. And I literally started to feel not only good about myself, because I was feeling good about myself. I started feeling good about DJing and what I was doing. So 2022 to 2023, that night, it was official. I said, everything I do, it's going to be DJ T-Dubb, a.k.a. the GOAT. Greatest opener of all time. Anybody want to doubt it? Let's go. And I've had people challenge it, and guess what? I'm still the GOAT. So
how did you want to quit?
Right. It was. So fast forward, and me and him would pop out, do events till March when I officially came back to social media. And when I came back, I just put, hey, I'm going to breakfast. Where should I go eat? And my inbox, boop, 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 where you been with it? And through that, I still would talk to certain people. Hey, I'm doing good. I'm all right. I'm chilling. I'm taking time. But it has been like one of those things of where you been, what happened. So I literally been telling this story of, mental health, making sure your mental health is good, making sure your physical health is good, making sure your emotional health is good, but also importantly, making sure your spiritual health is good, because you have to have a foundation for everything. So then it was like the summer, and it's like literally Q and I have been busy the whole summer. And I told this a couple of times. Usually we'll do stuff together. I open, he'll get on, and I'll host. The summertime, FMI, Kiana, I think we probably did about 2 or 3 events together. We did them so many separate. And when we started doing stuff together again, like 10 Speed and Brown Shoe, Tom and Jerry, like we were on it. So in October, no, fast forward, back up. August, I was in Florida, and I had seen Kendra post something. And I was like, hold up.
And shout out to Kendra and that beautiful voice. We can't wait to have her back on VPR.
That's my girl, man. So I was like, hey, what are you doing? I said, I'm working on this project, yada, yada, yada. She was like, nah, I don't think I want. I was like, well, hold up, what? And I saw myself in what she was saying. So we went from DM, I called her. I was like, look, nah, we're going to talk. And I talked to her for about an hour. So got her back motivated. And then that's when we was going back and dropped everything. And I started working with her. And then I got another artist that I'm working with. Then me and Kate Davis been talking so much for years about doing something. And he was like, yo, send me a couple things. So I sent him. He was like, yo, we got to work together. I was like, well, give me 2024. So I'm going to work with Kate Davis. Then I'm going to work with Shim Shank. And then it's another artist that I really love her music. And I have been trying to, I know the tone and I know how she wants to do it, how she wants to come across. So I'm like, all right, I have a couple of tracks in mind. So I'm gonna get in the studio and do that. So I literally made a comeback last year, got myself together, got everything together. Then I had to finish this album. I put the album on the back burner because I was working with Kendra so much, because it's hard working with a singer, because you can hear something that they don't hear. And Kendra, she's so strong-willed and she's such a perfectionist. And I'll be like, well, hey, can you tweak this? So she'll tweak that and then tweak something else that I didn't hear. And then we go back and forth, like brother and sister. And then we'll finish it. So once I got her straight, I was like, all right. So I started working on this album. And I'm not even going to say it's a classic, but this album, probably my best work since my second album. First one is always going to be in high regards to me because I was the first one that took hell to high water to get. But this one is going to be dope. The 10-year anniversary album, nothing can top that. But this one's going to come close. So that's where I've been. That's what I've been doing, man, and just living.
And VPR, this is a story of life and anything that you do. Because, you know, when I first started DJing, I always said to myself, I can never understand how anyone would stop. It's just, it's a feeling. It's a natural high. And I came across a post the other day. It's more of a thing of saying to all DJs, don't let the dance floor decide what you do. Meaning, just off, don't let it decide where you're going in your career. Don't let one bad night or one night where the crowd didn't interact with you the way you thought they would interact with you derail you from what you're working towards. And that's what you'll see a lot with DJing, you know, and this on the business side, it drains you. We both know. Yeah. I'm just glad you found your way back to it in an organic way where it made sense for you, like your why.
Oh, yeah.
You found your why. And while you were speaking to me, I have a picture of my cousin that passed away. So I'm just like, he's the same. And I didn't know this picture was here. This is the cousin that taught me to DJ from Belize. If he didn't come here and I didn't watch him on virtual DJ sitting behind him, like, what are you doing? This is cool. You're mixing songs together. You can make anything you want. That's what got me into it. So I'm just so glad that you just came back to it because you are so talented. I have watched you and I want to throw an event with you out here, or whether if I got to go out there and work with you. I'm looking forward to it. VPR. You know how we be running around. We everywhere. I got to get this guy back in New York City. We've been on tour. I could throw you on one of the tour legs. We could cut up. Seriously.
You need to.
I'm always available, but the thing is, I'm gonna let you know, I would love to, and I can't wait because I've even told Kiana, I was like, I cannot wait. I really have to do something with you in mind. I was like, I've talked to her about doing a painting sip. So right now, Q and I are contracted for the next 8 painting sips in Fredericksburg. Like I did it on a flyer. I seen the guy post a picture. I was like, who's doing your event? And he was like, nobody. I was like, well, why don't you let us do it? So we had a little business conversation. And I said, I'm not even going to say anymore. Just look at my track record. Look at Q's track record. So when we went out there, his exact words, you guys were well worth the price, better than I expected. We have to do the next one. It was supposed to be one this weekend, but of course, I can't talk and Q's not feeling well. So we didn't do this one. But we have the Valentine's Day and the next 8, because that would be 10. So we are going to get together. And you know me, FMI, I'll come to New York just to get a ham sandwich. Look, I'll come just to get a chopped cheese.
Yo, don't even bring that up, T-Dubb. Because VPI, y'all know how I feel about it. The last 2 episodes, I told you how they gentrified our chopped cheese. There's no damn way we should be spending $9 for a regular chopped cheese on a roll, T-Dubb. Right. Not on a hero, a roll.
Yeah, see, that's
I want to run this back because I know we're getting short on time, and I really want, for everyone that's been present to this, there's so much that I took from this, and I think it's important that all of you delve into that. I want to thank you, first of all, for your transparency in how you divulged your story to us. A lot of times in our community, in the Black community, getting therapy is looked at in a very taboo type of manner. And then when you talk about Black men, it's like, oh no, we're men, we're strong. We're all human beings, right? And we all suffer from emotions. And then when you factor in loss into your life as well, right? It can become overwhelming. You've got COVID. COVID affected so many people and their mentality, because for many of us, you just are quarantined, whether you are with your kids, with your significant other, right? Even if you're just with your significant other, a lot of people wound up getting divorced from that, right? Because it's too much and too overwhelming. And now you're fighting every day about God knows what. So it is so imperative for us to look at your mental health. And I want to say to you, DJ T-Dubb, you didn't make a comeback, right? You took a pause and then you came right back, because when you have your place in the world, you could never leave it. You know what I'm saying? Even if when you focus on yourself, especially, and take that time to get to where you need to be, you're only going to do better from there. So I just want to congratulate you. And I definitely want to thank you for sharing that story, because I think that that is something that anybody that's watching VPR can connect to. And hopefully, if you've been going through things, you can say to yourself, well, damn, if he can go get therapy, maybe I should try it out.
I would tell anybody that. And can I leave the people with one quick thing? For everybody who has a business, I really need everybody to understand this, because right now, I waited till I got on here to say, I own a cleaning business right now. Started a cleaning business. I bought into it with a partner. They already had the business. It was an LLC. I said, all right, this is what we're going to do. We're going to disband the LLC, and we're going to start an S Corp. And it's going to be Divine Services. And then Divine Cleaning Services runs under the S Corp as Divine Cleaning Services LLC. Everyone who has a business, please, I need you to make sure you do an S Corp, because when people think of your company, you don't want them to have one thing in mind. When the IRS comes to your company, you don't want them to tax you on the LLC. You want them to tax the S Corp, and you want the money to go to the LLC. And when you want to pay yourself through a transfer from the LLC, because it's all one part. So that was my little financial tidbit of the day.
That's right. And he is absolutely correct.
Yeah, he did. He was dropping facts, because I was discussing that with one of my partners the other day. So that's how chill it is. And I'm just like, the universe, man. Guys, you have seen the one and only DJ T-Dubb, the GOAT. You know what that stands for? The greatest opener of all time.
Exactly.
Yes, just
Challenge
like that.
and challenge.
Thank you for tuning into VPR, everybody. Make sure you follow at DJ T-Dubb. He is active outside and on his damn job. You understand me? This has been another great episode of VPR. Kiana the Goddess, thank you for even just bringing this great energy and just being the best host in the world. Like,
man, you're right. She Asian backwards. Man, she a vampire.
You see what I'm saying? That don't make no damn sense, man.
Hey, I've known y'all, what, 6-7 years?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And she still looked the same like when she was in high school, probably, man.
And she keep getting skinnier. I think it's the grapes, man. I honestly think it's the grapes and the wine.
Grapes and water. It's gotta be the water.
The water is a definite, that's for sure. And probably the grapes, because there's a lot of wine going in this buddy.
Guys, thank you for tuning into VPR. Please follow all of us at VPR Radio, of course, at Canada Goddess, at DJ FMI, and at TJ T-Dubb. Wow. It is down below. I know you guys can see it, and I'll see you guys next time.
Yes. Bye, everybody.